Hi friends, this is Rakesh. Now we are going to see how a Java class P can be defined in Java and how we can use that Java class objects. So I have already explained about Java class and its usages. So Java class is just a blueprint. It defines what needs to be done. So using that blueprint, multiple objects can be created by inheriting the blueprint variables, blueprint fields. So student is a class name. So for student class name, there are some variables that are very private to the student class. So that's why I have given private modifier. So this private modifier signifies that these variables are very private to the student. These variables shouldn't be accessed outside the student class using something. So these are defined as private. So I have already explained about the data type. So int student ID, so student ID, student name, mark 2, etc. So these are the variables or fields that are very specific to the student class. And then comes the constructor. So if you wanna build any building, you need some basement. Like that, for building a class or for building an object, you need some constructor. So if you failed to, or if you forgot to give a constructor, Java automatically gives a default constructor at the runtime. So now I have explicitly given some constructor called student constructor with 2 arguments. We will discuss about the arguments briefly in the next coming videos. So int sid, sname are the 2 arguments that are sent to the constructor. So what it does is, it assigns the SID to student ID and SName to student name. So I will explain how this constructor is used in our code. So for now, just consider it's a constructor. Constructor is used to assign some values to the variables and the memory creation type. Okay, and then comes the setter method. So setter methods are basically used to assign values to the variables. So here m1 and m2, we are assigning m1 to mark 1, m2 to mark 2. If you have observed closely, you would have identified this keyword. This keyword is used to point the variables that are specific to the class. So here the variables are student ID, student name, mark. These are the specific variables that are specific to student class. So this dot mark ID points to this mark ID. So yeah. And then comes the getter methods: get total marks, get mark 1, get mark 2, etc. So getter methods are used to return some value using the field values, like that. It can be field values, or it can be some static values, it can be anything, but getter methods are used to return something. And then comes the main. I think you know more about the main method. So this is the syntax for creating a object. Student is a blueprint, or it can be also treated as a class. So S1 is the student name. In our case, it's an object name. New keyword is used to create some memory for that student object S1. So basically we have created a blueprint student, but we need some object to process its work independently. So S1 is an object. It has some specific some private values, some personal things. So S2 is another object. It has some private values and does some personal work, like that. So S1 we have created new. Whenever we specify new, then what the system does is, system in the sense the machine does is, it creates some memory for that object. Now comes the constructor. So this is the constructor. We have specified that we need to assign value 1 and name Rakesh to the student name and student ID while creating the memory itself. So this statement states that thing. So create a memory and assign value 1 and Rakesh to respective variables. So S1 has that thing. Then I have assigned S1 dot set marks 1995. So 1995 are getting assigned to mark 1 and mark 2. If you observe closely, you might have think why a 1995 are not present in the constructor. So why student ID and student name are only present in the constructor? If you imagine a real-time example, if suppose if you are in a college, you might have gone through many semesters, semester 1, semester 2, up to semester 8, like that. So each semester you might get marks differently, 90, 95, 100, 98, like that. But your student ID and student name doesn't change at all. So that's why I have given the constructor during constructing time. Yeah, marks at the dynamic time. So you can set the marks at any time. If you want to modify it, you can modify at any time. So that's why this is called moving variables. Like moving value variables. It can change at any time during its life cycle. Whereas one and Rakesh doesn't change till its life cycle. So I have assigned the marks. This statement will execute all the s1.getStudent. It will get the student ID and display it. s1.student name, it will get the student name and display like that, mark, total, etc. Then I have created the second object s2 to underneath. So here the S1 and S2 are very independent. They are not dependent at all. So S1 does its job independently, S2 does its job independently. They have some private information like marks, total marks, like that. So if you execute this, you would see the following output. Okay, so two objects are independent, and two objects has their own life cycle, and two objects derive the information from blueprint called student. So please keep watching please keep watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for watching further videos. Please comment and give feedback if I need to change anything or I need to update anything. Thanks for watching.